What's up, everybody? Now, today I want to talk about something that I definitely struggle with, and I think a lot of people struggle with too. But the main thing is they don't realize that they're struggling with it, and it's this. I don't think most people are actually afraid of being alone. I think they're afraid of being alone with their own mind. And there's a difference between the two, because you can be around people all day and you can still feel unsettled. You can be busy and still feel something underneath it. You can have plans, workouts, work, school, all of it, and still feel like the second everything slows down, something creeps in. And I've noticed that a lot in myself. The hardest moments are not the busy ones, they're the quiet ones. The moments where there's absolutely nothing to distract me. No notifications, no conversations, no tasks. It's just me. And that's when your brain starts talking. And if you haven't been listening to it, it can get very, very loud. Now, think about how we live our lives now. We wake up and immediately we check our phone before we even think about anything. Before we even feel our own feelings, we scroll, we consume, and we absorb other people's lives. We don't even give ourselves 5 minutes of mental silence. Then, throughout the day, it's all just constant stimulation. Music in the car, podcasts at the gym, YouTube while eating, scrolling in between classes, texting, checking, refreshing, constantly. And I'm not saying all those things are bad. I do just about all those. Everyone does them. But at some point, you just have to take a step back and ask yourself, am I using this to enhance my life or escape it? And there's a big difference. The problem is distraction feels productive. It feels healthy. You're working, you're training, socializing, improving. But sometimes you're just outrunning everything. And the reason you know that is because the second you stop, it hits you. The heaviness, the overthinking, the replaying, the questions. And it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means you're just suppressing something. And suppressed thoughts, they don't disappear. They accumulate and they get worse over time. And I think a lot of anxiety isn't actually anxiety. It's unprocessed emotion. It's the conversations that you really need to have with yourself, but you're postponing. It's truths you already know, but don't want to admit. It's loneliness you haven't allowed yourself to feel fully. And when you keep yourself stimulated 24/7, you never let those things surface. So when they do surface, they surface aggressively. Usually at night, usually when everything is quiet. And that's why evenings feel so heavy for so many of us. Not because the world is worse after 7, 8, 9 p.m., but because all the distractions are gone. And now it's just you and your thoughts. And here's the uncomfortable part. Most people, I don't think they actually want peace. They want noise because noise keeps them from thinking. Silence forces you to confront, am I actually happy? Am I aligned with what I'm saying, what I want? Am I avoiding something? Am I becoming who I want to be? Why do I feel so restless? Those are very big questions, and it's easier to scroll than to answer them and face them head on. It's easier to stay busy than to sit still, but the cost of that is long-term instability, because if you never sit with your mind, you never actually understand it, and you can become controlled by it very, very easily. Now, I've realized something recently, and it's that the moments I grow the most, they're not the loud ones, they're the quiet ones, the uncomfortable ones, the ones where I don't immediately grab my phone, the ones where I just sit there and let my thoughts exist. And at first, it feels heavy. It's difficult, it feels awkward, it feels like you're exposed. But then something just shifts and you start noticing things. You notice patterns, you notice what actually bothers you, and most of all, you notice what you're avoiding. And that awareness is so, so powerful, because now you're not running anymore. you're choosing. Running from your mind, it feels safe in the short term, but it makes you fragile in the long term, because the second life slows down, you crumble. You can't sit still, you can't relax, you can't be present. You just need constant stimulation, constant input, constant validation. And that is not peace. That is dependency. And I don't want to live like that. You don't want to live like that. I don't want to need noise to feel okay. I want to be able to sit in a room alone and feel stable. And that is strength. Not constant productivity, not constant motion. The truth is, the thing that you're usually running from is not as scary as you think. It's just unfamiliar and uncomfortable. And discomfort doesn't mean change, it means growth. And if you sit long enough, your brain settles and your thoughts organize, your emotions regulate. But if you never sit still and you never sit with your own thoughts, you never regulate. So here's the shift. Instead of trying to fix every single thought, just allow it. Instead of drowning it out, just listen. Instead of running, just pause. Even 5 minutes a day. No phone, no music, no distractions, just you. And it won't feel good at first, but neither does any form of growth. And I think the real goal here is not to eliminate heavy thoughts, it's to stop being so afraid of them. Because once you're not afraid, you stop running. And once you stop running, you build self-trust. And self-trust is the foundation of mental stability. You don't need to escape your mind, you just need to understand it. You don't need constant distraction, you need clarity. And clarity only comes when you're quiet long enough to hear it. So if you feel restless, if you feel heavy when things slow down, if evenings feel loud, don't immediately run away. Sit with it, learn from it, face it, because the longer you run, the louder it gets. And the sooner you face it, the calmer it becomes. So that's it. If you made it this far, just try it. 5 minutes of stillness, 5 minutes of silence with yourself a day. No noise, no escape, just you. That is where true strength starts. I'll see you guys in the next one.